Air Supply. Old school.
Very cool.
Very old school,
old
right?
Old school too.
Very old.
Old school clapper.
¿Qué tal? Bienvenidos. Sabes que las últimas semanas he tenido unos encuentros muy interesantes, al igual que emocionantes, con figuras importantes de la industria musical. Al tiempo que son parte de la historia musical de muchos que a esta hora seguramente se conectan con el poder de la música. Y es el caso de mis invitados de esta semana. Air Supply, una banda icónica, australianos. Una banda de soft rock formada a mediados de los años 70 por Graham Russell y Russell Hitchcock, que con su estilo vocal muy distintivo, sus letras emotivas, Air Supply ha cautivado audiencias en todo el mundo durante décadas. De hecho, este 2024 cumplen 50 años dedicados a la música, con muchos éxitos, diríamos, timeless, ¿no? Atemporales, como Lost in Love, Making Love Out of Nothing at All, All Out of Love. Una banda que ha dejado una marca indeleble en la historia de la música. Y creo que la habilidad que ellos tienen para crear estas melodías conmovedoras los ha ayudado a convertirse en un elemento básico en la escena del soft rock. Y a través de su música, Air Supply sigue emocionando, sigue conectando con oyentes de todas las generaciones. Justo la semana pasada, antes de una presentación a la que me invitaron con Magic 93.9, que es la emisora en la que estoy haciendo mi programa en las mañanas en la ciudad de Miami, pues logré conseguir unos minutos con ellos para hablar un poco de su carrera, de su historia, obviamente del poder de la música. Me hablaron de un trabajo nuevo que están preparando. Pero bueno, fue una conversación que te quiero compartir con una de las bandas más icónicas de los últimos 50 años a nivel mundial. Ellos son Russell Hitchcock, Graham Russell. Aquí en El Poder de la Música es Air Supply. First of all, thank you very much for your time.
Of course.
And so glad to meet you again.
Yes.
Since I show you the picture.
Long time ago.
A very long time ago, but we're all the same.
Yep, absolutely.
We're all full of life, full of music. It's really a pleasure to meet you both and have you both here. What is the secret of being so successful over so many years?
You know, people ask us that question, but we really don't know. You know, we think about it sometimes, but we don't know the answer. I think there's a few things where we have great respect for each other as people and as musicians, and Russell's the lead singer. I don't know if it's much more than that, do you?
Well, we never think about it. That's one of the other reasons. We just do it. We're constantly on the road. We see each other obviously very often, but we have a great friendship, as Graham said, great respect. We have incredible fans who want to see us and have done so for nearly 50 years, so that's a big part of it, certainly.
I've been really a fan of you guys since I was 10 years old. I remember the first album I had in my house. There were two albums. One was Rubén Blades' album back in 1978. The other one was your album. And I think it was Lost in Love, 78, 79 probably. And I remember when I was learning about you, how a musical got you together. Jesus Christ Superstar got you together, and that's where you met, in a musical?
Yes, we were both in a 1975 production in Australia. We both auditioned independently, of course. And the very first day we met, which was the first day of rehearsals, we just clicked. There was something about both of us for each other, I guess. We had, unbeknowingly, we had a lot in common with our backgrounds, English, Australian, taste in music, a whole bunch of stuff. And a lot of other people in the cast were returning people, so we didn't know what we were doing. It was our first entry into theatre. So we kind of stuck with each other because we were the outcasts for a while. But, you know, after we met, I think maybe after only 2 weeks meeting Graham, we started to work together and have been ever since without a break. And it's been a wonderful experience. But, you know, Jesus Christ, bless him, was responsible for us, for us getting together.
Thank you, Jesus Christ. But you're not religious. Both of you are not.
I have my own religion, not religious beliefs, but you know, to each his own. God bless
right.
everybody. What they want to believe is fine with me.
You know, the story of Air Supply is something that we all can learn from, because I believe there's no ego between you. You have been together so many years. One of you writes the songs, plays, his instruments. You both know your role in that. Probably would be also one of the secrets of the success.
It
Graham?
is, yeah. I mean, I'm allowed to do what I do best. You know, I love to write the songs, and Russell loves to sing them, which is a great relationship, you know. But there is no ego between us. There's no fights or battles or, you know, I want to do that or I want to do that. There's none of that at all. We work everything out, and it's very democratic and diplomatic when we work together, you know.
If I were to go right now to the playlist in both of you, in your phone, probably, what kind of music would I listen right now?
Well, 90% would be the Beatles. On both,
Really?
On both of us, yeah.
Wow.
I listen to, and we both do as well, I love the Eagles, the Bee Gees, Queen, but I'm a big AC/DC fan as well.
ACD? I would not find you an AC/DC guy.
Yeah, love them to death. And
Nice.
Graham, when he's home, well, he can speak for himself.
Yeah, well, my failing is I don't listen to anything new. I don't listen to the radio, and I don't buy CDs. The reason for that is at any given moment I'm working on at least 12 new songs. So that's what's on my phone, and I could show you now. So I'm always working on new songs, and I don't listen to anything new, which is probably a failing of mine, but I just don't have time, you know. I'm always writing new songs all the time. I'm working on at least 12 at any given moment.
Now that you mentioned the Beatles and you mentioned new songs, the great news is that in 14 years there's a new album coming?
Yes, for the first time.
We're in the middle of it now. We're past halfway, but we're hoping to have it out by the end of this year, end of 24. It's really our 50th album, you know, not our 50th album, but we're celebrating 50 years next year, so that's part of our celebration. Yeah.
What, Graham, do you write about?
Everything.
What inspires you?
Everything. Well, you know, I've been writing since I was 13 years old. That's when I started to write songs. So for me, it's part of my nature. It's part of my being. I don't remember a time when I didn't write songs. So for me, it's every day. I work on songs every single day, like on planes, waiting around at airports, or sitting on a bus. And inspiration is, for me, it's everywhere. You know, you just have to pay attention. I'm a great watcher. I like to watch people, and as they're walking around at airports or wherever, and I pay attention to them, to what they might be saying, and I use them in a story. I create stories, because that's what songs are about. You know, I'm a good storyteller.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Oh, we all know
stories.
that. We all know that, because each song is a story.
Yep.
It's a story. In your case, very well told.
Oh, thank you.
Russell, I mean, when Graham comes and tells you this, I got this song, do you have any thought to, you put any of your ideas into it, or you just go with his gut?
I always do my thing. When Graham presents songs all the time, they're complete. There's no need to rearrange anything or take this out or put something new in. They are complete. So all I have to do is sing the way I sing, and hopefully interpret them the way he wants to hear them and the way people would like to hear them. But I have, you know, I have the easy job. I couldn't write a song if you paid me, but I get the luxury and honor of singing Graham's songs.
A couple last questions. Graham, what's the last song you play in each concert? What's the song that people really wait to see?
We always close the show with "All Out of Love."
All Out of Love.
Yeah, we always have, haven't we?
Yes.
I mean, we've had a lot of very big, successful songs, but that "All Out of Love" is so epic. You can't put it anywhere else in the show. It has to close, because you'll hear it tonight. It's so huge, the sound, that we have to close with it. But people wait for that one, and they think, oh, they're not going to play it. But then, boom, they play it, you know.
I remember listening to something about Clive Davis getting into one of the songs or part of the lyric of one of the songs. Which one was it?
That was All Out of Love, yeah.
Why was that?
Well, the song was a hit in Australia 2 years before the US, and in the lyrics in the song were, I'm all out of love, I want to arrest you, right?
To arrest you?
Arrest you, yeah. And it's really weird. But in Australia, it was okay. It means to get your attention.
Oh, okay.
But now I look at it, and it's a really weird line. And Clive said to me, he said, if you change that line, it'll be a monstrous hit. And I said to him, it's already been a hit in Australia. But he said, yeah, but this is America. He said, they won't understand it. And so he convinced me to change the line. And I think it was the best thing I could have done. In fact, Clive, he said, what about I'm so lost without you? And if Clive suggests something, you say it's great. Yeah. You go with it. And he said, you know, if you change that line, it'll become enormous.
What it became.
It became, yeah.
And but that's something hard. That's part of something I really admire of you both. There's no ego in it, because you ask any musician or any songwriter and say, listen, you have to change that word, and they would say, no, that's what I feel.
It's
I mean,
from
that's
my heart, and
right.
everything. And that's true. But the rest of the song was intact, and I felt very honoured, to be quite honest, because Clive, he said, you know, use this line if you like, and he said it was his idea. I'm so lost without you, and I said, yeah, let's do it. You know. It would have been silly not to do it, but we didn't want to. We just created a great relationship with Clive. We didn't want to end it right away, but you know that's part of our relationship. You give and take. You know, you give something small up, and you get something in return.
Large in return.
Yeah,
very, very large in return. Russell, which of you is more easygoing?
I think we both are.
Both?
Yeah.
How much alike are you, or how much different are you?
Well, obviously he's 6'5" and I'm not. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit quieter. It takes me a lot longer to get annoyed than it does Graham.
You have a longer fuse.
Yes, so I've heard. But
TMI.
I love that.
Get out of that one.
I just like to do this. You know, I like to float. I don't like confrontation. I don't like aggravation. I just want to do my thing, enjoy life, and worry about stuff. But if I do get angry, beware.
Yeah. I know. I can imagine. Yeah. Which one of you lives in the country, and the other one in the city.
Oh, he's in the mountains, not the country.
Oh, in the mountains.
Yeah.
Oh,
Russell's a city person, and I'm a country person.
She's very different. That's cool. That's another secret of being together so long.
Yeah. It is.
Well, Graham, you know,
gotta talk to my wife.
Yeah. Okay. You should talk to her once in a while. It's a good idea. Graham, you know, he has a huge greenhouse, a big property. He likes to get away and be alone up in the hills with his dogs and his wildlife.
Okay.
I like to be close to the nearest Kentucky Fried Chicken outlet.
Right.
What for you, and I know, thank you again for this time. I know you're always busy. You've been 50 years on the road, and you still keep going, and music, and people love you. I think Air Supply, if I could describe Air Supply in one word, would be what? Timeless?
I like that word.
You like that?
That's a good word. You should write a song with timeless in the...
Timeless.
But please, Graham, if you write it, let me know, because we have to go half and half in the credits.
Oh, but you're right, yeah.
And nowadays, we have to do everything like that.
You just killed that idea right now.
No, and the last thing I would ask, what for each one of you is the power of music? Russell.
Well, it's cliched. It changed the world. It changes the world all the time, especially with our music, with as much chaos as there is in the world today, more than ever in my lifetime. It brings people together that don't know each other. I mean, even this afternoon, even though we have people from Cuba, Bolivia, Argentina, Brazil, Florida, and who knows where else. It's a very unifying force. And if it's positive like ours, we think it makes the world a much better place.
Colombia, if you want to add
Colombia.
that.
We're going there soon.
You're going to Colombia when?
Yeah, we're going in April.
Oh, nice,
Are you
nice.
from Colombia?
I am from Bogota, Colombia, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
great, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. For you, Graham, what's the power of music?
It's probably the same thing that Russell said, but it is it unites people from all over the place, and it's a healing energy. I mean, I don't want to get too out there, but music is love, and love is music, and it unites and it heals. It heals everything, like time. It's just a beautiful thing. I mean, you know, when I'm writing a song, I always cry, and I'm in tears for about half an hour, and because it's so powerful. Not just the song, just the feeling that is there, that I hear and I feel, and it's such a wonderful thing. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps. Look at that, and I get that feeling when we're on stage because it means so much to the audience, and I always think, God, you know, we're playing a few chords and singing a few songs, and it means the world to these people, but it does to us too. And it's hard to understand why it means so much. We don't know, but that's the only way I can describe it, I think.
Well, Air Supply, Russell, Graham, Russell. That's
Yeah.
I think that's something that's very common with you, Russell,
Yeah,
Graham,
yeah,
Russell.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for being here,
You're welcome,
and we're happy and so glad and so starstruck that I'm really realized. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gato.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.